The meaning of life is totality. Everything. More than the most. Smaller than the smallest, larger than the largest. Totality. The human being is an exquisite being, and we have a potential, and that potential is called enlightenment, fulfillment, total fulfillment, liberation, salvation, and it's huge. Supreme enlightenment. That's the meaning of life. The meaning. Know it by being it. All the great religions, I think, have as their goal God realization. God realization. Total spiritual fulfillment, liberation, salvation. And I think all the great religions flow to the one ocean. And that one ocean is totality. Totality is consciousness. This consciousness has qualities. Infinite creativity, intelligence, energy, love, power, and bliss. Dynamic peace. Always been there, never had a beginning, it is and it will be forever. You experience this level and you enliven it, and this ball of consciousness that you thought was just going to stay the same for the rest of your life starts expanding, and these qualities expand. So day by day, you're growing creativity, intelligence, love, energy, and this ball of consciousness is now expanding, and you're owning unconscious or subconscious more and more and more. Side effect of the growth of this consciousness is negativity starts to recede. When you transcend, boom, you're there. It's a field of infinite happiness, bliss they call it, infinite intelligence, infinite creativity, infinite love, infinite energy. You experience this, and the experiencing of it enlivens it, you infuse it, and whatever ball of consciousness you had at the beginning starts to expand, and all those positive qualities start to expand. And when consciousness expands, you're literally making the unconscious conscious. Now when thoughts come up, you can catch them at a deeper level. Expand the consciousness, catch thoughts, ideas at a deeper level. It's like silence, but lively silence. It's like dynamic. And when you come out of there, the dive in is like that, but when you come out, the splash of that diving in is bliss. Bliss. Bliss is also intelligence. Bliss is love. Bliss is energy. Because it's one thing, but you feel it as intense happiness. Everybody knows some people that are just sad, and they hold on to sorrow. Let them start diving within and experience the big ocean of bliss, happiness, and that sorrow will lift away. The analogy for that is, they say negativity is just like darkness. And so you look at darkness and you say, wait a minute, darkness isn't really anything. It's the absence of something. So it doesn't matter how dark the night has been, when the sun comes up, automatically, without trying, the sunlight removes the darkness. Sunlight doesn't remove negativity, but this light of unity removes negativity just like sunlight removes darkness. But it's not that you become numb and sleepy and don't want to work. You get more energy, more enjoyment of the doing, And negativity lifting means that conduit of the flow of ideas, the flow of creativity, is not cramped by that. Negativity restricts that flow. So, and you can still have righteous anger, being very strongly for something or against something, beautiful. But the kind of anger that is just bitter, just like selfish kind of anger, no one wants to be around this kind of person, and the person's poisoning themselves. The person can't work so good. That's mind control. Negativity is really mind control. Depression controls the mind now. Can't work. Anger controls the mind. You can't work. Sorrow. Some people hold sorrow for years. And you want to visit them and cheer them up, but it doesn't do anything. You get them the chance to transcend and watch what happens. Sorrow will lift away. They'll be back on the road. Real peace is not just the absence of war, it's the absence of the seeds of war, negativity. You want real peace, enliven this field of unity. It gets to the point where you couldn't hurt another human being. It would be like hurting yourself. This is the way it is supposed to be. It's not the way it is, but it would be so beautiful. But the key is there. This feeling, it just grows and it's real. It's much more real feeling than our world, which is pretty much an absurd joke when, somebody is blowing children's heads off in the name of peace. It's a sadness. It's the old way. And now there is a new way to real peace. And nothing to do with killing. And so it's reached a point where you just wouldn't ever think to hurt another human being. This is the individual here, and the same phenomenon happens with a group. Lots and lots of people, square root of 1% of a population. So, like I said, for France, 750 to 1,000 do the thing. A group, quadratically more powerful than the same number scattered about. And this is a thing, like my friend Dr. John Hagelin says, if you have two loudspeakers and they're separated, you have one volume, you put the two next to each other and you got the equivalent of 4 loudspeakers. You put 3, you've got suddenly the 9. It's called constructive interference. It's a real thing. A group, close, doing the program, advanced techniques. Day by day. Just like when you want to get electricity to the people, you build a power plant, generate that electricity, and they get it. And you want that power plant to stay. They got their computers running, their TVs running, the whole kitchen's running, and day by day by day, you're generating electricity. Day by day by day, you're generating dynamic peace. Beautiful thing. Human beings like a light bulb. And we enjoy that light inside, but we also radiate it. We affect our environment. Everybody knows that. You go into a room where there's been a bad argument, the argument's over, but you can feel that thing. You go into a room filled with felicite, bliss, and the power of that is so beautiful to be in. And this group radiates that. Side effect, negativity goes. Enmity and the enemy goes without trying. If the world is like a tree, we see that the tree is not in the greatest shape. The leaves are turning yellow and they're turning brown. The branches are drooping. The tree is not healthy. Up till now, we've been trying. We chase one leaf at a time, try to make it green. Surface cures, surface cures. As soon as maybe we get one leaf green, 6 more leaves behind us are turning yellow. It's a never-ending horror story. They say the experienced gardener doesn't worry about the leaves. Get it from the source, get it to the roots, the deepest level. Bring that nourishment from the deepest level. Unified field, always been there, infinite, eternal. Get it from there, bring it up. Automatically, the whole tree comes up to perfection. I don't want to belong to any sect. I'm an artist. I don't want to be part of any kind of sect. It's not a sect. It's a technique that fuels all fantastic things.